The golden age of King Arthur, the glory of Camelot, and the majesty of the Round Table. None of it would have existed without a man whose very soul was a battleground between heaven and hell. He is the archetypal wizard, the great sage, and the kingmaker. But to truly understand Merlin, you must look past the benevolent myth and into the dark truth of his origins. He was not just a wizard, he was a Cambion, born of a mortal woman and an incubus demon, an agent specifically engineered by the forces of hell to become the Antichrist. His story is a paradox. The man whose dark heritage was meant to destroy man instead used his demonic power to guide Britain's greatest king. Today, Mythos Unveiled uncovers the true, chaotic, and terrifying lore of Merlin, the prophet born of the devil and the architect of a kingdom he knew was destined to fall. The earliest texts, particularly the French prose cycles, reveal a chilling plan for Merlin. The demons, frustrated by Christ's salvation of mankind, conspired to create an unholy child, a human with a demon's knowledge, meant to counteract all goodness. They chose a virtuous but mortal woman and sent an incubus to conceive a child. This child was Merlin. Only a swift, desperate act of baptism and the piety of his mother saved the boy from fulfilling his demonic destiny. This intervention purified his soul, but left his mind and body permanently imbued with the supernatural gifts of hell, unlimited knowledge, and the power of prophecy. He was a unique figure, possessing the devil's knowledge but guided by God's will. This demonic link meant Merlin's power was often chaotic. Before he became Arthur's polished court advisor, the Welsh traditions depicted his prototype, Myrddin Merlin the Wild, as a figure of terrifying, uncontrollable magic. In one lore cycle, after witnessing the horrors of a devastating battle, Merlin was overcome by sorrow and fury. He fled into the forest, losing his sanity. He became a wild man of the woods, naked, hairy, and shaggy, communicating only with animals, his prophecies taking the form of terrifying, obscure riddles about the end of the world. His prophetic power was immense but unreliable, often speaking in riddles, animal symbolism, and metaphors that only made sense after the events came to pass. Merlin's darkest contribution was his orchestration of Arthur's birth, an act of profound magical deception. To allow Uther Pendragon to sleep with his beloved Igraine, the wife of the Duke of Cornwall, Merlin cast a complex spell to give Uther the exact appearance of the Duke. This was an act of high sorcery, violating the sanctity of marriage and using deception to conceive the greatest king. The price Merlin extracted was simple. The child born of this union, Arthur, would be given to Merlin to raise in secret. Merlin was the mastermind, utilizing the darkness of human desire and his own demonic-given gifts to ensure the birth of the light, a truly dark mirror for Arthur's own destiny. Despite his vast knowledge, Merlin was a slave to fate. He knew all of Britain's future, including the eventual downfall of Camelot and the manner of his own demise. The agent of his end was a beautiful sorceress known as Nimue or Vivian, the Lady of the Lake. Merlin, consumed by lust and infatuation, a flaw perhaps inherited from his demonic father, fell hopelessly in love with her. He taught her all his secrets, including the very spell that could imprison a man without walls, iron, or stone. In a moment of ultimate betrayal, Nimue used this knowledge. She lured Merlin to the forest of Brocéliande, where, while he slept beneath a hawthorn tree, she cast the eternal enchantment. In most versions, Merlin is not killed, but sealed forever in a magical, invisible prison, sometimes described as an invisible tower, a cave, or even a tomb of air. He is the man who knew the future, but was powerless to stop his own tragic, self-inflicted end. his disappearance left Arthur without a guide, paving the way for the betrayal of Lancelot and the final bloody battle of Camelot. What flaw do you think truly led to Merlin's downfall? His demonic nature, his insatiable lust, or his pride in his own knowledge? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And subscribe to Mythos Unveiled, your portal to the deep lore of gods, demons, and immortal chaos.